Hi students, in the previous video lecture we have discussed up to kinds of lasers. So now according to our syllabus we are going to study about helium neon laser, which is an example for gas lasers, and also Nd:YAG laser. Okay, and next let us see what is the Nd:YAG laser or Nd:YAG laser, how the construction will be. Let us see constructions. So see, it having the elliptical cavity, and active medium is a Nd:YAG rod. The output is a laser radiation. So for this output we are having two surfaces. One is a fully reflecting mirror and the other is a partially reflecting mirror, and other flash tube is used by using a capacitor and resistor. Okay, so let us see what are the main components of Nd:YAG laser. So it consists of a Nd:YAG laser crystal rod made up of yttrium aluminum garnet doped with Nd atoms of order 0.725% by weight. So the yttrium aluminum garnet is doped with Nd3 plus ions in the concentration of 0.725% by weight. Some of Y3 ions in the crystal are replaced by Nd3 plus, and these Nd3 plus ions participate in the lasing action. For this purpose only we are replacing the atoms. Okay, so this rod is placed above the focus of the surrounded elliptical reflector, where the second focus consists of a krypton flash lamp. See, in the bottom we are using a flash tube. Here it is a krypton flash tube. Okay, so above rod, the rod is placed above the focus of surrounded elliptical reflector, where the second is focus consists of krypton flash lamp. So this lamp is connected to the external circuit consisting of a capacitor C and a resistor R and power supply with the key K. Okay, and next see, let us see the working of Nd:YAG laser. So all this process is done within the active medium only. So the Nd:YAG laser crystal rod acts as an active medium. So the fully and partially silvered faces of the rod acts as optical resonators. So the flash lamp which flashes light and the rod serves as a source of energy. So we are using two rods. One is the Nd:YAG laser crystal rod and the other is the flash lamp, krypton flash lamp. So by observing the incident light, the Nd3 plus ions get excited to E4 and E5 energy bands corresponding to the crystal rod. So these Nd3 plus ions works on the non-radioactive transitions from these bands to E3 energy level. What's happening here? We are replacing some yttrium ions with Nd3 plus ions. So these are first get excited by the incidence of light. Now these Nd3 plus ions works on non-radioactive transitions from these bands to E3 energy level. So the transition occurs from E3 energy. As E3 is the metastable state, E3, wherever the E3 is a metastable state, we know metastable state is a higher energy state. So whenever E3 is in the metastable state, accumulation of Nd3 plus ions takes place. Okay, and as a result, population inversion occurs between E3 and E2 levels. Okay, so population inversion occurs, there has a stimulated emission. So the spontaneous emitted photon due to transition of Nd3 plus ions to transit to E2. So from E3 the electrons are transited to E2 level. So these photons are further amplified by the optical resonator results in the laser radiation of wavelengths 1.06 micrometers. See here there is a upper laser level and a lower laser level. From here also we are getting the lasing action. Okay, so these Nd3 plus ions return basic to E2 in the forms of non-radioactive transitions. See, these are a non-radioactive decays. Okay, and next, so simply this is the working of NdAg laser and how the laser output will be. Okay, and next discussing about helium neon laser. So helium neon laser is a 4-level laser system and it is useful in making of holograms, etc. And source of energy RF oscillator active medium is helium plus neon gas mixture and cavity. Cavity is a quartz discharge tube with the reflector. So these all are the source of energy or active medium or cavity. All those are the components of laser that every laser should have. So here which plays the role of those we can derive. See, let us see the construction of helium neon laser. So here also the tube that contains a mixture of helium and neon gas. So here there is a composition of gases that is 10 is to 1. So one end is a fully silvered mirror and the other is partially silvered mirror, and it has two discharge electrodes wherever we are applying the voltage. Okay, so the apparatus consists of a quartz discharge tube which is 80 centimeters long and 1 centimeters in diameter. So the tube length width has given, and helium and neon gas mixture is taken in the ratio of 10 is to 1, in which helium is maintained under a pressure of 1 mm of Hg and neon under a pressure of 0.1 mm of Hg. So depends upon the pressure, the helium atoms get first excited to the higher energy level. So the ends of discharge tube are arranged with reflector window on one side and partial reflector window at the other side. So the gas mixture is excited by applying voltage to the electrodes through a radio frequency oscillator. So the source is a RF oscillator. Whenever we are taking that, we are applying some voltage to the electrodes. So if whenever we are giving some additional energy, then only the excitation takes place. So see how the energy level diagram of helium neon laser will be. Here also two different atoms, that is helium and neon. So we are taking the mixture of gas. Okay, let us see how those will work. When a voltage is applied to the electrodes, helium atoms first get excited because they are maintained at high pressure. So helium has three energy levels, He1, E2, E3, in which He2 and He3 are metastable state. Okay, we are considering two energy levels. So helium has three energy levels, helium 1, 2, 3, in which helium 2 and 3 are access metastable states, and neon has 6 energy levels, completed 6 energy levels, and neon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here the energy of neon 6 is equal to energy of E3 and neon 4 is equal to helium 2. So here he comparing the energy levels of both helium and neon. So the excited helium atoms spend a longer time in He2 and He3 metastable state, because metastable state is that where the electrons usually stay longer than usual. Okay. So while returning to the ground state, so neon atoms to higher energy levels. Okay, and the neon 6 and 4 are metastable state, hence population inversion is achieved in Ne4 and Ne6 because those are equal to those are equal to He to E3. Similarly, He to E3, we already said that those are metastable state, that is a higher energy state. So the population inversion is there. So that's why that is stimulated emission takes place at Na6. Okay, because whenever the stimulated emission occurs, whenever the stimulated emission occurs, whenever we are achieving the population inversion condition, now we are achieving the stimulated emission condition. So through this stimulated emission, we are getting a strong laser beam. Okay, so a laser beam is produced when the atoms come from Ne4 to Ne3. Ordinary light of wavelength is emitted from having the wavelength 1150 angstrom units, that is emitted from neon 2 to neon 1. The emission is irradiationless. Okay, clear? Okay, so those are simply about two types of lasers which we are having in our syllabus, and see some applications of laser. So we are used in military and in reading of CD-ROMs and CD audio. We are using the laser, and airplanes and equipped. So airplanes are equipped with laser radars, and lasers are used in printers, copiers and scanners, whatever it may be. And laser pointers can enhances presentations. Okay, and bad eyesight can be treated by using a laser. And dental treatments, in dental treatments also we are using a laser, and mostly it is used in cutting and welding purposes, like hard brittle materials like diamond, etc. And in some video game systems such as playstations, those are also using the lasers. Okay, simply this is about the lasers.